Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So Microsoft has also released the optional bug fix C-release update for Windows 11 24H2. We are still waiting for 23H2's optional update to roll out for this month, which I'm sure we'll get before the end of the week. And for Windows 11 24H2, the update is KB5050094. Now, just on a quick side note, something I have noticed today for the very first time on 24H2, you'll notice that the listing of the update is a little bit different to how it normally is. And that's because when I checked for updates this morning, by clicking on check for updates, I only received the security intelligence updates and my .NET framework update, which is normal, and the optional update was not available, even though I had this setting turned on. I tried it a couple of times, I restarted, nothing. So what I did is I headed over to the Microsoft Update Catalog, where I entered the KB5050094 and I downloaded the update manually and installed it for the purpose of this channel. So I don't know why it wasn't appearing. It should have. So if you have experienced the same problem and you want to get this update, you can head to the update catalog. I'll leave this page down below. And if you don't know how to install an update manually, I've posted a whole video on that and I'll leave that link down below and in the description. So that's just on a quick side note. Now, the update is optional, so obviously you don't have to install it if you don't want to, because if you don't, these fixes and improvements will be carried over into the Patch Tuesday security update next month in February. And this is more or less the same update I posted on when it was in preview a couple of days ago, but the only difference really is when it was in preview, we had 8 new features, and I've only counted 5 new features that have rolled out. So just to go through some of the key highlights, and this first couple of new features and fixes are rolling out gradually. So you may see them, you may not. I'm not seeing most of these because they are on a gradual rollout. And the first is the update improves the previews that show when your cursor hovers over apps on the taskbar. Now, I'm not noticing anything different with my previews, so obviously I haven't received that yet. And Microsoft says the update also improves the animations. So go check that out if that's something you've been looking out for. And then the next new feature is, they say, an icon will appear in the system tray when you use an app that supports Windows Studio effects. Just take note though that this only occurs on a device that has a neural processing unit NPU. So this is mainly for Copilot Plus PCs. And what you would do is you select the icon to open the Studio Effects page in the quick settings. And then there's a new font. The update adds the Simsun-ExtG, which is a new simplified Chinese font. So obviously that's quite region specific. And the next new feature for the File Explorer, I have not received, but I have posted quite a lot of content on this. And basically when you right click items in the left pane, the new folder command appears in the context menu, where currently you can see I haven't got the new folder, but currently you have to go to show more options and then you've got the new folder. So that should be changing now and appearing in the so-called the first or the modern context menu and not the classic context menu. I haven't received that yet. Go check that out, see if you have it. And then there are 4 fixes for the File Explorer, and just to let you know that the upside down see more menu going up instead of down is still not fixed. And another issue that is still not fixed is the overlap with the address bar. As we can see at the top here, something very strange going on. That is also still not fixed. So I don't know why Microsoft is kind of lagging behind on those 2 fixes. I think those should have been rolled out long ago, but nonetheless, those are not available. So just putting it out there. But the 4 fixes they have rolled out, the first is that after you do a search, that search might repeat when you don't want it to. That's been fixed. And another search issue is the search box might lose input focus as you type. And then they fixed an issue where the date and time properties of a file might update after you copy it. And that's a small niggly issue that's been addressed. And then icons on the details pane might not update as you expect when you change a theme. They fixed this because apparently this made it harder to view the change when you switch between dark and light themes. So those are a couple of fixes that have rolled out for the File Explorer with that one new feature, which is on a gradual rollout. And then there's a new improvement for settings. So if we head back into our settings, time and language, date and time, you can now change the time zones on this page, and you don't have to be an admin to make this change. Now, as I mentioned when it was still in preview, I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently that has been all sorted out now, so that's also listed as a new feature for the settings. And then when it comes to the mouse, there are 3 fixes that have rolled out. The first is the mouse cursor might disappear. This occurs when you hover over text fields in certain applications, and that's been a niggly issue that's been hassling quite a lot of folks since the rollout of 24H2, so that's an important fix. And then if you turn on pointer trails, the mouse cursor becomes transparent and a black box appears behind it. They fixed that. And then the third fix for mouse is the cursor might stutter when it moves across the screen. This occurs even when the system is not using a lot of resources. So those are 3 important little fixes that have rolled out for the mouse. And then they also fixed the Pinyin input method editor. Apparently when you switched app windows, the IME language might change from Chinese to English. And there's also a fix for the snipping tool. Apparently screenshots might be distorted, and this occurs when you use 2 or more monitors that have different display scaling. So that's in a multi-monitor setup. And there's a fix for Microsoft Excel 2016. Apparently when you open certain files, Excel opens, but the screen might remain on the loading screen. So those are all the features and the fixes that are rolling out gradually. Now on a normal rollout, we've got a couple of other fixes, and these are important, and I'm going to mention these. The first is they fixed the HDR, high dynamic range issue, which was a known issue, where the display of some games appears oversaturated. This occurs when you use auto HDR. So that's been fixed. That's important. And I'll leave the previous video I posted on that when it was a known issue, linked down below and in the end screen. And here's another important known issue that's been fixed. It's the digital analog converter DAC. And I'll leave the video for that when it was a known issue, linked down below and in the end screen. But so that's also an important fix where you might experience issues with USB audio devices. This is more likely when you use a DAC audio driver based on USB 1, according to Microsoft, where USB audio devices might stop working, which stops playback. And then we've got another important fix that's been hassling a good couple of users on Windows, where they fixed the USB audio device drivers, where there was a code 10 error message, which was this device cannot start, and that appears as the error. And this occurs when you connect to certain external audio management devices. And here's another important fix, which was a problem that was hassling Windows users. They fixed USB cameras. Apparently the device didn't recognize the camera was turned on, and this issue occurs after you install the January 2025 security update. And there's a fix for passkey, where the update removes the 1-minute timeout when you use a passkey on a phone. Now, those are the highlights rolling out normally, and I'm just going to mention some other quality improvements because this is a non-security update. So if you do want to stick around, then just feel free to do that. And so there's a fix for the task manager where it takes too long to close after you close the app. And I'm not seeing that, so that could be fixed. But I haven't really noticed that of late, but that is a fix. And then there is a fix where a watchdog timeout error might occur when your PC resumes from sleep, and that's an important one. And then there's a fix for the error code 0x800736B3, which is an error for Windows Update installation where cumulative updates might not install. So as mentioned, that's an important fix that's rolled out where your updates might not install. And then there's a fix for a memory leak. Leaks occur when predictive input ideas show, and that's a bit of a performance improvement. And there's a couple of others, guys, but I don't want to make this video too long. Those are the main ones I thought you may be interested in. And that's our latest optional update, KB5050094 for Windows 11 24H2. And if we just have a look at the About Windows menu, just to see our build update For 24H2 of Windows 11, the build after this update has been applied. If you do decide to install it, is build 26100.3037. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.